With Own Every Word, you can own every word in the metaverse.
Hammy Ground.
Dunkles. Oppo Time Snack.
And every word is a one of one. And do we have a roadmap and utility? You bet your ass. Have you read it all yet? Okay. Own Every Word. It's another NFT project.
Hey everybody, welcome to Own Every Word, the game show where the word heard submits answers to fill in the blank statements, and we have a hilarious panel of comedians debate which is the best answer. Whichever word herder picked the right word wins an incredible NFT prize. I am your host, Matt Harris, and we will get started today with the Wizard's Pick, which is the Wizard's favorite card from last week's winners. Let's take a look.
May Coho! May Coho! Yeah, I'm a real May Coho wrestler!
Absolutely interchangeable, a huge shirtless guy, or the hugest nachos. I love it. I just thought of the hugest nachos, and my brain went to a place that I'm not going to delve into right now. We will meet our panel shortly, but first, let's throw caution to the wind and dive right into round one. Now, normally, we have some type of theme here this month. I don't want to make it any different, so let's think about this. The giving of thanks. The Thanksgiving is next week. So let's talk about family this week. And speaking of family, let's see what the family of crazy writers here came up with for round one. Here we go. I knew she was my long-lost twin because we blank the exact same way. Let's see what the word heard came up with. I knew she was my long-lost twin because we snug the exact same way. We gargle the exact same way. We gymnastically guard townspeople the exact same way. We psycho the exact same way. We flock the exact same way. We governed the exact same way. We wipe the exact same way. We preside the exact same way. We sidestep the exact same way. And we lunch lollies the exact same way. All right. So, word heard, you never let me down. All over the place with this one. So let's go all over the place with our panel here. Let's start with the man at the top of the pile. Sam Kimbrell, what are your first impressions here?
A lot of great ones sticking out here, Matt. Snug. I'm a big snuggle kind of guy. I'm a big, what I call first position snuggle, big spoon kind of snuggle kind of guy.
Classic.
You know, I'm also a royal, as many people know. So preside sticks out. But
So
I
Kimbrell,
do
yes.
like a good old-timey word, which is lunch lollies, because we lunch lollies the exact same way. Lunch lollies. That was the other one.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now, is lollies a verb in this case? Because that's my only question here. The way that you're thinking.
I thought it was lunch lollipops. We like lunch lollipops.
Okay, so it's a noun. Okay,
The exact
because that
same
could go
way.
either the way.
Yeah,
It could go either
yeah.
way. Okay, but that's the way. Now I am a little more clear on that. And if we're looking for clarity, let's look to the man with everything, all the words behind him, Jordan Pomaville. What are your first impressions here?
Well, someone is related to you if they do very mundane but specific personal things the same way as you. So I think gargle. If someone gargles the same way as you, they might be related to you. I think wipe. That might be, that might be something.
Potty trained in the same house.
Yeah. So, but honestly, what sticks out to me the most is psycho the same way.
Yeah.
You, my long lost twin, will psycho the same way. So yeah.
You know what? When it is used as a verb, you can really only say it breathlessly.
Yeah.
So
Society loses.
Agree with you there. Phil Ranta, what jumps out at you here?
In order for this to be something that's so identifiable that it's your long-lost twin and not just a coincidence, it can't be something like snug or gargle, because most of those actions just have little tiny nuances. They're not drastically different. But when I think of somebody lunching on a lolly, which I take to mean lunch is the verb, like eating, and lollies is the noun, so I'm lunching a lolly. Some people are taking 5 licks and then biting. Some people are just biting straight up. Some people are going from the top. Some people are going bottoms up. Lots of nuance there, so I think that could be a good one. But also, when you want to talk about nuance and specificity, governed, if you think about two people who each have their different fiefdoms and they govern the exact same way, they don't know about it, and then they're like, wait, your fiefdom followed Hammurabi's code? My fiefdom followed Hammurabi's code. And then you know that they were somehow separated at birth. I think both those stand out. And psycho, of course, because, if you've ever seen a family get, a real fight, I grew up in rural Michigan, you saw families getting real fights. You know that when families psycho, you can tell they're in the same family.
Said, don't nobody psycho like them there ranters. Yeah,
Right.
I can see that right there. All right. Well, these are all great first impressions. You've given me a lot to think about. Let's have you take your writing utensils and your writing surfaces, get to writing, and while they write down their selections, let's go over to Sam Proof and the Word Herd and see what they have to say about all this.
All right, starting us off, Funyun says Psycho got my vote. There you go. On the team with Phil. Callie Mullally says wipe what? Very aggressively.
You know what?
Moonraven, you know what? Moonraven says only 2 directions to go with wipe. That's fairly accurate. All right. Somewhat
I can
disturbing
boil it
because
down
now
to
I'm
one.
imagining the other ways.
Exactly.
Fandar says gymnastically guarding townspeople seems like an excellent life choice, but the way you wipe is genetic. Is it? That's the nature versus nurture argument for wiping. All right.
I had an infant who would
feel like-
disagree.
I also, yeah. Soda Reap says gymnastically guard townsfolk. That's got to look cool. Total flip side of that. Spin to Turtle, gymnastically guard townsfolk sounds a lot like a ninja. And I like ninjas. So we're split down the middle between gymnastically guard townsfolk and wipe. Let's see if we can't wipe that out to a consensus. Back to y'all.
Wipe it out. That brings wonderful mental images to mind. So, as you can see, my illustrious panel, the word heard has different designs on what you may have been tossing out there. But let's see where your unfallible minds land, especially when it comes to the pen and the pad. Sam Kimbrell, Sir Sam, what say you?
Yes. Well, as you know, oh god damn, I love this single. As you know, Matt, I'm a complete chicken shit, which means that if I had a twin, they would sidestep my pencil settings. Where's it at? There's it. Sidestep.
That's blank, Sam. The page is blank.
I tried fixing it. While Matt was speaking, and it didn't work.
No, this is a hanging chad. This does not count.
You have sidestepped the actual writing process, and
this is terrible. Your vote does not count, Sam.
It can't count.
You know what?
Blank. There was nothing on there.
What are you trying to pull?
And you have been shuffled to the bottom of the ranks. While you work on that, you go ahead and work on that. I'm going to go over to the man who's got words to spare, and that's Jordan Pomaville. Where did you land on this?
I like that we're suddenly, pardon the interruption, and Sam's been demoted. But I was won over by both Phil and Sam's argument about lunching lollies. I thought it was a lunch-flavored lollipop, but now I understand lunch is a verb. So it makes much more sense. So now I'm completely on board. That's something you'd know if you were a twin.
Lunch and the lollies. Yeah, it comes with the lingo and everything. So, Phil Ranta, you have inspired. Were you inspired, or are you sticking with your guns?
I was inspired actually by the word herd, who we're doing this show for.
Well,
and they seem to like a choice that none of us gave enough due to. And I think we should give some due to this choice. And that's gymnastically guarding townspeople. The little gingerbread gymnast. He's guarding the townspeople gymnastically, because I think that's also specific enough that if 2 people were like gymnast guards, you'd be like, oh, they got to be twins.
I think you just actually pitched the sequel to the much underrated Jim Kata, which, look it up, people. If you don't know what it is, it is fantastic. Sam Kimbrell, you have something to add?
I don't know if you guys know this, but I chose sidestep.
Now it counts. Now it's official, and we officially have no consensus. So here's what's going to happen. We have to reach a consensus. So here's what we have right now is Phil Ranta signing on to the word heard, Jordan Pomaville, who has been influenced by Phil Ranta and could possibly do it again. Sam Kimbrell, you're a little late to the game, so let me tell you this. All right? I'm sidestepping your answer. What sticks out to you from what somebody else says? Look, we got 4 more rounds, all right? You pick that frown up, and you be inspired by one of your panel. What sounds good to you?
I refuse to admit I'll be inspired by the other panel members who bully me. I will be inspired by the word heard and choose gymnastically guard townspeople, because I like Townes Van Zandt, and that makes me think that I'm guarding Townes Van Zandt while he sings Dead Flowers.
Yeah, I second that. That's a good choice.
Absolutely works for me. And so, Jordan, what do you say? Do we link it all up?
You know what? Here's where I got caught up. It's gymnastically guard townspeople, but as Phil pointed out, I mean, I usually just call that GGT.
Boom!
I so rarely spell it out.
Are you
I'm
Dennis
usually just
Miller
like,
now?
Oh, I'm just going to
Call it
GGT.
GGT, babe.
Maybe
Do
do
a
some
little
cartwheels.
GGT, babe.
Well,
Gotta give a little
Gymnastically guard
GGT.
townspeople.
And
I
I
don't wanna-
am out of here.
I don't want to get off on a rant here, people, but it's just the GG. And we have a winner for round one. Gymnastically guard townspeople, the best way to know of your long lost twin. Congratulations out there. Yes, Callie Mullally giving it up to GGT team. Congratulations to RM Panda. Back for another one at you. You will be receiving your official, unofficial NFT prize. And now we got one round under our belt. We have our writing utensils all primed and ready to go. So let's meet our illustrious panel. Hello, everybody. Hello, illustrious panel. Let me introduce you one by one so everybody can get a good look here. First up, he's the OEW editor-in-chief. He's the man with the board. Hello, Jordan Pomaville. How are you tonight?
Hi, Matt. I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back after a week off.
Same, and double same. Next up is the man, the myth, the man that I call a myth because I'm not sure if he's real, but he's at the top of the pile. Hello, Phil Ranta.
Hey, I thought you were talking about Sam for that one, but I'll take it. Hell, I like that one shot. Sorry about missing last week. That was me that got sick. I apologize. I had no voice. I was sick.
Don't
Leave
you
me
dare
alone.
apologize. Don't you dare apologize for that. You're allowed to get sick.
Not in America.
True. Ooh, and the midterms just happened, America. Phil Ranta just threw it in your backyard.
Yeah.
And last but definitely not least, the man who will work his way back up on a whole redemption arc tonight. I am excited to see what happens. The man with the best single in Twitch and Discord history. I'm talking about the royalty himself, Sam Kimbrell. Sam, how are you? How are you, man? How are you?
I'm
really?
great, even though I lost the mayorship of Los Angeles. I was running. My name is Rick Caruso. Really, this is a fake name I use for the show. I'm a very wealthy man.
But the celebrity endorsement
Republican
you got,
Democrat guy.
The celebrity endorsement you got some good networking in. And really, what
Me
was
and Katy Perry were best buds, Matt. We were
What
hanging
was-
out, chilling
you know,
out.
this wasn't a run. This was a networking opportunity for you. And congratulations
There you
on
go.
that front.
It was all good advertisement for the Grove. Go to the Grove. It's almost Christmas time. Lights, American Girl dolls.
Santa. All right. Santa will be there. I mean, there it goes. Making jokes about lighting up
Andar is right.
on fire is nice.
How did they know the budget of Own Every Word? We spent $100 million on it. We burn it.
Boom, boom. Lighting cigars off it because that's how it goes down on OEW. But speaking of going down, now that we are all well met, we are all ready, we are all politically active and aware. Let's get into round two. Before we eat dinner, we hold our hands, bow our heads, and say blank. Oh, now the word herd can really show up for us. Let's see what the word herd came up with in round two. And this might be the end of our show, but let's do it anyway. Before we eat dinner, we hold hands, bow our heads, and say, please. And say, pull over, ma. And say, pessimist Sandman trills. And say, heavenly banter. And say, familial reconciliations. And say, inconceivable. And say, classic pot roast. And say, sundown. And say, windsurfing. And say, disclaimer. All of these things said, for one reason or another, would make me think that it would be a very entertaining dinner about to start. But let's see what our panelists think. Phil, Ranta, start with you. What jumps out at you from all this wonderful stuff here?
You know, clearly the one that stands out the most is disclaimer, because what's in that food we're about to eat?
Well,
You bow your heads and say, disclaimer. All right, now enjoy your pot roast. What? Also, I think that it's awesome for everybody to say all their familial reconciliations before every single dinner, as if this family gets in horrible fights for 23 straight hours, and then for dinner they're like, all right, go around the horn, say you're sorry, we're starting again. But also I like pull over Ma, because it was like a twist at the end, like we didn't know they were eating dinner in a car, and then that was just something where it's like every time before dinner, hey, pull over, Ma, you're gonna spill the gravy.
you paint a picture, and I see it and want to buy it. So with that, Sam Kimbrell, what jumps out at you first?
As you know, I'm a very religious man, and what stuck out for me was heavenly banter. I think that when you bow your heads, you should be heavenly bantering the way we all should be when we are thankful for food, Matt. The other word that stuck out to me was classic pot roast, because, you know, I'm one of those guys that's just, let's do a little classic pot roast, sweetie. Let's boogie down a classic pot roast, honey. Let's do a classic pot roasting, baby girl. So classic pot roast, I think, is my early pick. Yeah.
Are you referring to food at that point?
We have sex with our food. So
Okay.
it's a thing we do.
I don't know if it's code or if it's actual, just straight across the plate. No pun intended on that. But okay. Hey, I like to know, about what goes on in the Kimbrell household. And now we all do. Jordan Pomaville.
Oh, Matt, this is bad. I think based on what Sam said, we're going to lose our liquor license. That's a downer. But no, for real, the one I think please is a good thing to say. That's kind of close to a prayer, sure. And heavenly banter, what is praying? But heavenly banter, as Sam pointed out. I also really like, as Phil pointed out, the familial reconciliations. And I like the classic pot roast, but not for the same reason as Sam, as I'm thinking this is like the wise guy of the family, like, all right, we're going to hold our hands. All right. Classic pot roast,
It's like his Baba Booey, right?
Yeah,
exactly, at the dinner
exactly.
table. I see.
Catchphrase. So
you know what though? I can hear that, but the way you just described it, I can see that pleas and familial reconciliations could also be linked there, because honestly, what more sounds like a family trying to hold it together than everyone holding hands, bowing their heads, and just saying, please, and before they start to eat. Now you don't have that in your head, so get to writing. Start to let these things seep into your subconscious and let them leak into your pen. And we're going to go over to Sam Proof and the Word Herd and see what they have to say.
All right, starting us off, Moonraven says, disclaimer, always a safe start. Good to be safe around the family, sure. Soda Reap says, windsurfing, because what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna buy that pamphlet from you. Fandar says, pull over, Ma. Happens every time. Pulling out of the Taco Bell drive-thru for that fancy dinner. Funyun says, I'm liking disclaimer. All right. Irish, back on the pull over, Ma. They forgot my damn Egg McMuffin. God, every time with those. Mogwai Shadow says, totally heavenly banter, but if not that thing that's totally always the thing, then familial reconciliations. I mean, I guess. And Fandar's back, and I only did this so I could do my best Wallace Shaw. Jesus, I fucked it up with just the name. I'm going now.
You're still there. You're still there.
It's conceivable. There you go. I believe that word means exactly what you think it means. Thank you, Fandar. Perfect. And finally, T. Richardson says, Ma, I can't dig the nuggets and drive. Pull over, Ma. There you go. Can we do that one more? No? We're good? All right. Let's pull over, Ma. We need to get a consensus.
Absolutely. I finally found my new catchphrase. So getting that consensus, let's go over to you, Phil Ranta, and see where you landed here.
You know, I feel like the word herd all had my back on it. How can I turn my back on the word herd? Everybody loves pull over, Ma. We're going to Taco Bell. No one spilled none of my fire sauce on my pants, Ma. Pull over. I'm going to get chalupa drips on me.
And it's sound advice if you're driving and have all decided to hold hands and bow your heads. Pulling over is a good time to do that. So I cannot fault you there. Sam Kimbrell, what have you? What say you? What have you?
As you know, Matt, I like sticking up for the little guy because I, of course, am 3'9" and I weigh 46 pounds. So what I like to say as we bow our heads is sundown. Thank you. Yes, sundown. Because everyone knows when you say sundown, everyone goes to sleep pleasantly and forgets their troubles and starts thinking about the possibilities of what could be in life, about the positives, about the hope that they had with their families. I don't know, Matt. I guess I'm going with sundown.
You know, that is probably one of the most heartfelt answers that I have ever heard on Own Every Word. I applaud you. I also think that at some point you may have been Manchurian candidated if hearing a key word brings about that immediate switch in feeling. If any of us end up seeing one of these words and Sam Kimbrell disappears and comes back with a rifle and a blank stare, don't be surprised, everybody. All right, so sundown it is. Jordan Pomaville. Where have you landed?
You know what? I'm going here with the word herd, and Phil, even though his Taco Bell looked like a water tower, with pull over, Ma. I want to see the Taco Bell again that has a water tower.
It's just the sign. That's not the actual Taco Bell. That's them driving in. They're pulled over outside.
Into the city of Taco Bell.
Population, double stuffed burrito.
All right. The mayor is the Chihuahua. All right. Well, we got two pullover bars.
Than the Chihuahua mayor.
That's true.
I'm sure they would not be as politically divided as a climate as we think it would be. So we have two pullover mas, which goes for a majority. But Sam Kimbrell, all right, do you think you could be swayed here? Not to be inspired, of course, by the panel. We don't do that. But maybe by the word herd?
You know, as much as I love Phil's Taco Bell water tower that either shoots hot sauce or diarrhea, I think you get more diarrhea than hot sauce from Taco Bell.
Fair.
I do want you to hear something that our friend T. Richardson wrote. Sundown is a parent phrase to get the minions to bed so Mama and Poppy can smash. I'm just putting it out there so they can smash. They can bang. They can classic pot roast all night long in the dining room. Bang, bang city. If I can't sway you, I'm going to quickly go to your choices. But then, give it a thought.
I appreciate the thought of parents banging, but I'd rather hold my hand and say pull over, Ma. It tells a full story. You know?
Well,
pull over, Ma. It's fine. It's fine.
Pull over, Ma. It is. All right. So we have ourselves a winner. Not to be undone. If you get the kiddies to go to sleep, then at that point, using the vernacular, you lean over. Hey, pull over, Ma. We got ourselves a free window to classic pot roast. So congratulations to Sheba Dog. Ooh. You will be receiving an unofficial NFT prize. You brought it home with your pullover, Ma. And let's bring it on into the next round, which is round 3, and see what the crazy people have come up with for us crazy people here. If you live under my roof, you have to play by my blank rules. Oh, this should be interesting. Let's see what the word herd came up with. If you live under my roof, you have to play by my games rules, my tyranny rules, my big boy rules, my hard discipline rules, my evocative rules, my bloodthirsty rules, my debilitating rules, my living death rules, my decrypting rules, and my everyday rules. Pretty simple as you see it. Jordan, what jumps out at you first?
Well, this sounds like an angry person, Matt, and I got to say, when you yell at someone, you don't always make sense. So, games rules actually stands out as something an angry person would yell. You got to play by my games rules. Also, my big boy rules, because I would love to hear a father say that to a child. Play by my big boy rules, and of course, by my everyday rules, because it's straightforward and to the point.
Yeah, right there. I mean, you can't argue with solid logic. So, Sam Kimbrell, let's hear some of your solid logic. What jumps out at you first?
Well, Matt, as you know, I'm a dominatrix, so all of these make sense to me.
Yes.
Need my sub to follow the games, tyranny, big boy, hard discipline, evocative, bloodthirsty, debilitating, living death, decrypting, everyday rules, or else they will have to lick my glove or whatever that I do as a dominatrix. I'm always punishing my sub thing. Spank that pot roast, Sam. Thank you.
You know it. You know it. All right. He's not on the clock for that. All right. separate jobs. Okay. Well, there are union rules somewhere about the dominatrix community. I am sure.
I'm a union dominatrix. I only work certain hours and I have to provide meals to my sub. It's a thing.
Yeah. You think you've seen a dominatrix, that union rep comes through, just undercuts that authority. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we've all been there. Am I right? So love it. Hard to argue with that. So Phil Ranta, what do you got?
Sam, you sniff the glove, you're supposed to lick the boot. All right. But so
right.
You're right. That's
the union only allows
we'll
for
practice
one per
again
day.
next party.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a lot that stand out to me right here, but also I can't help but notice that since Spooky Pet's words have been introduced, this show got so much darker, which I kind of appreciate. I like the bloodthirsty rules because it makes me think that this is a coven of vampires that are just like, you play by my bloodthirsty rules. And living death rules are always good too because it's a bunch of zombies who also have some sort of parliamentary procedure or order or a jail, a zombie jail. So that's kind of fun. The one that stood out to me, though, Jordan also double-clicked on this one. Something about like somebody getting mad and saying, you play by my everyday rules. These are not sometimes rules. These are there's a reason why we put them on the fridge. They're every day, not sometimes. Everyday rules. There's something fun about that.
Oh, well, I would say that's the most real right there. Like I felt like a kid right now, just being like, damn, like I thought I was in trouble for a second. However, you should all get out something to write with. Get something to write on. Start writing down some of those thoughts while we go over to Sam Proust and the Word Herd and see if they feel they've been disciplined today.
All right. What setup is that? That's interesting. Sorry. Callie Malaya says, this feels like a big boy round to me. Not just a round big boy, but yes, that stood out as well. Funyun says, big boy. We got a big boy train going on. I'd like to take that back. Big boy, like you're trying to adult but can't. Well, that's every day. Soda Reap says, evocative. You gotta clean the dishes in nothing but an apron. All right. This show has crossed a line. 20 episodes ago. Fandar says, I got nothing. I've had this screamed at me too many times to know it's the living death. All right. All right, we got a lot of PTSD happening. Art Addicted says, all rules are debilitating. I believe that's how that's supposed to be interpreted. Mogwai says, bloodthirsty rules. Sounds great for a scary daddy like little family murderers. Okay. This got even weirder.
Was that code?
Yeah, right? I think maybe someone should check on Mogwai. Irish says living death rules are posted in the nursing home. Oh, That's just the darkest thing ever. But speaking of which, let's go back to our panelists for a consensus.
So, we all like to listen to the word heard here, but let me tell you, the word heard for round 3 is out for blood. And with that, Jordan Pomaville, where did you end up?
You know what? I went with every day. They are rules for every day. They're my everyday rules. The rules for every day.
I love it. I absolutely love it, and you can't beat that. But let's see what Sam Kimbrell says. Sam Kimbrell, what about you?
Oh, yeah, that single. Matt, as you know, I am a big hamburger enthusiast.
Absolutely.
So how could I not go with a big boy?
Big boy.
Because, Bob's big boy. Bob's big boy. Bob's big boy.
Yeah.
Bob's big boy.
Bob's big boy. Sure.
Bob's big boy.
Got it. Okay. All right. Now, that actually cleared a lot up for me. And so, Phil Ranta, you're generally a man of the people. What do you have here?
I considered Big Boy briefly, but at Big Boy, there are no rules. It's a free-for-all. There are salad bar toppings all over the floor, and nobody gives two shits. That spells shits. So I stuck with my guns, and I stuck with my everyday rules. Every day, every single one of these days of the week, the rules are the same. How come you kids don't understand? These are everyday rules. Even Christmas, even leap years, everyday rules. They're everyday rules.
Every day.
Every damn day.
Shoot a Marvin Gaye. I'm going to tell you right now. Although I will say, in defense of Big Boy, the true chaos is at Fuddruckers. I mean, I think we can all agree there.
The toppings bar is too big. How do you keep it tiny?
So, what about the weekend, Irish Lunatic says?
Every day!
Every day!
Every day! Even the weekend! Every day!
There are rules for every day.
Sam, do we need to even ask about this? I mean,
these guys are complete pieces of shit, man. Phil's character has a giant middle finger, and I like that. Mogwai put in the comments, Big Boy has great burgers. Bad limeade. Really bad. I mean, how does that not sway you? Mogwai and I are eating burgers. Big Boy. This whole night has been a shit show. These two guys are teaming up on me, man.
I listen. The panel
every day it is. I don't want to argue. I just want a family. I just want to have a family dinner here. I choose every day.
Pot roast.
Yeah.
Classic pot roast.
I'm not changing my mind on this. Every damn day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
What is wrong with the middle finger? What? Put that up, Phil.
I thought that was a pointer. I thought that was a pointer.
Yeah, it was made to be a pointer.
I thought
it was a really long pinky nail for cocaine. What? Or is it a middle
That would be
finger?
a really long. You'd be able to do like a cocaine ski, like the way that they do whiskey skis at those shots places.
I will say this. I do think that for me now, actually, being the one on the outside, thinking it's a middle finger just solidifies every day even more, because what better way to then put an exclamation point on your everyday rules than a long middle finger pointing to the everyday rules. So are we calling this? I think the majority has it. The eyes
just
have
like
it.
my normal family. I'm bending over backwards to make other people happy, sacrificing my own integrity.
And then you are home. All right. Congratulations, Mr. Fudge Packer. The Own Every Word family on this family show sends out its heartfelt congratulations. You'll be receiving your unofficial.
I don't think that was his Christian name.
I think now I'd say maybe we should have gone with Big Boy.
I know that you bent over backwards to have that word in the drop, and congratulations. And so now we move on to round 4, because what more is there to say? And of course, round 4 is our 2-for round where you need 2 cards to submit. So let's take a look at what we have for round 4. We decided to have a family staycation. We set up a blank in the backyard and blank all day. Realize the key word is family here, word heard, and let's see what you came up with. We decided to have a family staycation. We set up a wake in the backyard and tearful all day. Set up a donkey in the backyard and licks all day. Set up a bureau in the backyard and radically skateboard all day. Set up a horde in the backyard and prolific all day. Set up a light show in the backyard and necromancy all day. Set up a pickaxe in the backyard and warm up all day. Set up a lawn party in the backyard and schmooze all day. Backyard in the backyard, come on, and block party all day. A sound system in the backyard and graduate all day. And a dorm in the backyard and topless all day. Whew, okay, so some of you, word heard, are pushing it, all right? You're pushing it. But let's see what our panel says. They're the judges here, all right? I am just here to bask in their glory. You know what, Sam? You know, let's get your word first, because I think you need to be seen and heard.
I agree. I think what sticks out to me, obviously, is the donkey show.
Well,
you know, and I think that's, you know, that's about as lowbrow as we get on this thing.
well,
but I think what's sticking out the most for me as a ska fan is Bureau and Radically Skateboard, because I'm going to pick it up, let's go to the Bureau and skateboard, you know? So I think I'm going with Bureau and Radically Skateboard, yeah.
Boom. Well, hey, no doubt. Huh? Anyone?
Hey.
Anyone? All right. So, Phil Ranta, what do you
Pick it up. Ska will never die. I like the idea of a very waspy family having a staycation by setting up a lawn party in the backyard and just schmoozing with each other. You know, like networking, giving each other business cards, complimenting the lemonade, even though they damn well know that they made it themselves. There's something very joyous about that form of LARPing. I also like the idea of somebody going through the effort of setting up a backyard in their backyard so that they could just have a kick-ass block party all day. Like, they didn't need to set up another backyard in their backyard, but that was the theme of the block party. And then, of course, because we all miss those college years, setting up a dorm in the backyard and topless all day. That's just good fun for the family, family staycation.
That is every 80s movie fantasy right there.
That is true. An entire family toplessing all day.
That never happened.
Right.
Right. They lied to us about college.
They
Lied.
did. I just studied a lot.
I studied and had multiple jobs. That was college for me. Jordan Pomaville, what have you? What say you?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, the ones that Phil pointed out were also the ones I was looking at. Dorm and topless, because, yeah, we were lied to. There was far less group sex in college than we were led to believe from Kazaa.
Go Blue.
I also really liked setting up a backyard in the backyard. It speaks to both a lack of and immense amount of imagination.
I definitely see that. I can see that on the lack of effort, because that sounds to me like somebody who's mentally doing gymnastics they didn't set up for their party. They're like, no, I set up to look like a backyard. Get it? All right, let's have a whole block party. See, everyone's doing it. Backyards everywhere. That's what I see. I see someone scrambling.
But also pickaxe, because We set up a pickaxe and we warm up all day for what? What are we warming up for? There's a pickaxe.
That's some particular edging going on that staycation. All right, let's keep it nasty, folks. Well, these are all great. So why don't you get to your writing utensils and get to your writing situations and stations, and we're going to go check in with the word herd and see what they have to say for this 2-for round.
All right, starting us off, Soda Reap says, is the donkey licking or being licked? To which I ask, why not both?
Exactly.
Fandar says, Sam is definitely setting up a wake to be tearful. Yeah, that's a good time.
You leave Sam alone.
That's right. Funyon, I believe this will set us up for everything, says, topless family fun times. Yep. That's the name of the 80s movie that I'm writing right now. That's all scripted out. Mogwai says, dorm and topless titties always win. Go boobies. Thank you for that sentence. That's amazing to say out loud.
Mogwai.
My kids hear me? Cool. T. Richardson says, topless family. Sounds like that Adam and Eve story. Cool.
People have multiple browser windows open right now. I know they do.
Funyon takes us down another road. Necromancy family, dark. Yeah. Yep. Topless necromancy family, however.
Hey, no.
Art addicted. Yeah, either way. Wraps it up with naked and afraid, backyard fun, go topless. That's right. I do want to give a quick shout out to Mogwai, who for some reason wrote something that StreamYard would not pick up that said, topless dorm party, casting for that movie should have Danny DeVito play the father. Have we not seen Danny DeVito naked or topless enough? All right. Anyway, that's the consensus we should work on, but we'll go for a regular one now.
Absolutely. So let's check in with our illustrious crew, the boys themselves. Sam Kimbrell, let's start with you. What do you have?
Well, as you know, Matt Harris. Yeah. As you know, I am a country yokel, a redneck. I listen to my country music. I drive a large truck. I go to Margaritaville. I have a tractor. And I like fucking my own family. And I chose dorm topless.
Okay. All right.
Because
all
that
right.
seemed the most incestuous.
I have heard it's a very popular category in certain categories. Phil Ranta.
As you know, Sam is a total white trash weirdo.
Yeah.
So I've gotta, for once, I've gotta agree with them. I think they set up this little dorm in the backyard, and as you see, there's blur marks because the family. You can't show that on Twitch. You're gonna get shut down.
Because they're family. If they weren't family, you could show it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's where Twitch draws the line.
You just have to call it the hot tub stream, and then suddenly you get 20 million followers.
Right. Jordan, there's a trend that is happening all throughout the word herd and throughout the panel. Where have you landed in this trend?
There's a definite trend. Well, I think I'll show you where I landed.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what a twist at the end.
I know, right? Dorm and topless.
Dorm and topless happens to be what won here. It's a clear consensus in round 4. And I can say shame on every last one of you in the word herd and on this panel. You bring good things to light, but they set up a dorm in the backyard and topless all day. So congratulations to Art Addicted. You know what you did. You know what you did.
You did this to us.
But thanks for not having a problematic username.
That's
right.
Good.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
That's true. Thank you.
I love it. That's addicted to art. I mean, listen, addiction is serious, but if it's to art, then well, listen. Some people are addicted to chocolate. Anyway, we have now reached round 5. We have reached the culmination, our golden special edition round. This one is for the golden special edition cards. Let's take a look at round 5. We wanted to make our family portrait more fun, So we all wore matching blank. Let's see what the word heard submitted. We wanted to make our family portrait more fun, so we all wore matching relatives. Matching seashells. Matching dresses. Matching strapless crop top. Matching sets. Matching coffin. Matching fingernails. Matching caps and gowns. Matching swank darkness. Matching makeup. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of parallels here, but let's see what our panel has to say about it. Jordan Pomaville, what jumps out at you here?
Well, I mean, if you come from a large family and they all show up with the same exact makeup, it's a little creepy. But it's more fun. Also, for a family portrait, strapless crop top. I mean, it's a little redundant, right? Crop tops, are they strapless or no? I'm thinking of tube tops. Never mind. That's whatever. Anyway, this is clearly relative. When you can put on the skin of a relative as a family, that's what it's all about, right? If you can just kind of strap that skin on you and be like, hey, it's me, and so it's matching relative. It's super gross.
I mean, but fun.
Yeah.
So, Phil Ranta, what about you?
Yeah, matching relatives definitely was dark. It took me to a dark place right off the bat. I think there's also a lot of good stuff in here, though. Like the idea of wearing matching fingernails. It is fun, and it's a little YouTube-y, but like Dad and Grandpa were like, oh, sure, it's fun, but do I have to? TikTok ruined America. So that's kind of fun to think about. I tend to think that there's something interesting about wearing matching swank darkness, because it's not just wearing darkness, it's wearing swank darkness. There's something a little tall, dark, and handsome-y about the swank darkness. So I imagine everything from babies to great-grandma having that swank darkness.
I'm telling you right now, every one of my family portraits is swank darkness. That was the theme we asked for. Right? Sorry, the Harris family is here. We'll be taking the swank darkness package. And then we all leaned to the same. I'll have to bring it next time. We'll do show and tell. All right, Sam Kimbrell, last man on the list, but first, in your impressions, what have you to say about these?
Well, Matt, as you know, I am a hillbilly vampire, and I would go with matching coffins because I want to suck your blood. The Toby Keith concert.
Okay, where? From what hillbilly? Okay, the hillbillies of Transylvania.
Pennsylvania, Alabama. Hey, oy vey.
What is happening?
That was 10 impressions in one.
That's okay. That's
coffin. I chose coffin. Yeah.
Okay. Your answer reasoning was like an Instapot. Just like, well, I can do this. It does this. It's an air fryer hillbilly vampire pressure cooker.
Jerry Lewis.
I was hit in the head with a shovel before the show, so that's why it's just a little bit off.
No, I mean, listen, it puts us in the perfect mind space to get artistic. Let's start writing and drawing. All of my panelists, keep a good watch on Sam. Don't let him fall asleep. And we're going to go over to Sam Proof and the Word Heard for their final take on what's going on here.
All right, starting us off, Funyun says, crop tops, obviously. For real. Fandar says, I would definitely do a portrait with matching swank darkness. It's dark and swanky. That's my new logo, my slogan. Yeah. I'm going with that. Art Addicted says, if you have to wear something, let it be crop tops. Going back and forth here. Moonraven, Buffalo Bill family photo, which is, I assume, the crop tops thing, not wearing relative skins or anything. Fandar, wait a minute. Did I do another Fandar? What? That's unprecedented. Says no one would paint a portrait of my relatives in matching strapless crop tops. PTSD would ensue. And T. Richardson says, sounds better. Stank darkness got my vote. Close enough. Mogwai Shadow wrapping it up with very Addams Family. And I almost use ancestors, but swank darkness just sounds cool. So that's what's going on with the word herd. But let's see if we can get a cool sounding consensus.
Absolutely. And so here we are to get that final consensus. Word herd is really leaning into swank darkness, which is, the more I think about it, sounds like the new weed you would buy at a dispensary. But let's see what our panel has come up with. So Jordan Pomaville, let's bring it in for a landing. What did you end on?
You know, I went with my first instinct, and it's relatives. And the primary reason is you can make relatives into matching crop tops. Wow. So it's really two answers in one.
Wow. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes the scariest news is delivered by a guy in a tie. And that to me is going to live with me for a while. And I'm going to make sure that you always know I am on your side. Phil Ranta. Phil Ranta, what say you?
You know, it's so hard to know what was the most fun until you started drawing it out. And now I'm 100% sure on this, that there's nothing more fun than everyone wearing matching strapless crop tops. Because look at how sad Uncle Bill is over on the side. His little bald head and his mustache going, I can't believe I have to wear this shit. But the kids are all having fun because they know that it's fun and goofy. But Uncle Bill is like, screw you. Screw you for making me. I was in Nam, and now I have to wear a crop top, strapless. At least give me a strap for my crop top.
All of these sound like borderline Tennessee Williams plays that I can see playing out now somewhere in rural Michigan. I say we follow that thread because there are stories there that need to be heard. Sam Kimbrell, you've heard two different things from your other panelists. Where did you land?
I do declare, Matt, that this round is hotter than a cat on a hot tin roof. I chose strapless crop top.
Whoa!
All my hillbilly redneck relatives wearing strapless crop tops.
Well,
I want to see those shoulders. I want to see those shoulders.
Of course. Well, I mean, if we're not seeing shoulders in the portraits, it didn't really happen. But we've got strapless crop top. You know, Jordan, it looks like you were kind of leaning in that direction. Do you think you could be swayed?
I think I could.
There we
Absolutely.
go. There we go.
Matching
strikeout. You thought I was never going to be swayed.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just when you think he's going one way, boom, he's back at you. And ladies and gentlemen, word heard, we have a consensus. Strapless crop top has the winner. Congrats to, what a great name to bring it home, Crypto King.
Yeah. Hope you didn't have your money in FTX.
Yes. Crypto King, Your Majesty, you will be receiving your official, unofficial NFT prize very, very soon. And everybody, that's the show. Thank you so much for watching Own Every Word, the game show. But before we go, Jordan Pomaville, where can the people find you?
You can find me plugging away at OEW HQ for you, the word herd.
Absolutely. Sam Kimbrell, where can they find you?
At the Grove, because I'm Rick Caruso.
Like what you did with the Apple Store. And finally, Phil Ranta, where can the people find you?
Oh, you can find me on the Great Migration to Kronos, where we're sending the project. We're still locking down a date, but we're thinking that the Crypto.com is going to be able to do it as soon as next Monday. So make sure all those words are inside your custodial wallet on Crypto.com. The same place that you have it if you're submitting the words to the game show. Just if they're in your DeFi wallet, send it back, because that's the only way we'll be able to play the show. Should I also tease when the next drop is? Because we've got a date for the next drop.
I'll tell you right now that I forget who said it. Somebody was demanding a double header, so I think they can take a little tease.
Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of a tease. Well, the last drop we were lucky enough to get Halloween, so of course this drop. Is it possible we're getting Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? Oh yes, it is. We're doing the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th in a 72-hour drop for our next one. We'll be announcing the theme soon, but we're doing the holiday drop. Whoa! Bear market what? Then nobody told me. Not this Christmas.
Boom! So you heard it here, an exclusive. You had to be here to hear it. Brag to everybody who wasn't here that you heard it first after you use the information that you got the exclusive on. So thank you all for watching, everybody. Again, I am Matt Harris. Make sure to find us on crypto.com/NFT to follow all the drops. And if you want to play along next time, go to owneveryword.com. Join us again when we are back again. But I'll tell you this, when we are back, you will know it. Happy holidays to all of you who celebrate whatever you celebrate. And good night, everybody.